The fire blazed forth from the Lord's presence and consumed the offering and the altar. Then the Lord said, the fire on the altar must be kept burning. It must never go out. Each morning add fresh wood to the fire and keep it burning at all times. It must never go out. The primary mission of our lives must be the maintaining of the burn in our hearts, that the flame of God would never be extinguished. Will you spend the rest of your days identifying it as the most precious thing you have going for you? More important than your friends, your looks, or your future occupation. Even more important than what you will do for God. More satisfying than the applause of men, the unceasing flame on the altar of your heart is the greatest accomplishment of your life. The fire is not kept by our ability to string together a succession of perfect days, not fanned by our own strength. Your bad days and imperfection do not mute the roar of the cross, nor do they refill the empty grave. Your salvation dangles not by a thread, but hangs nailed firmly to a cross and is eternally seated at the right hand of the Father, contending on your behalf. You're more saved than you think. The validity of your faith is not measured by your ability to maintain a perpetual emotional or spiritual feeling. It's not submitted to the litmus of how much you dance or how loudly you shout. It's not forever lived in the shadows of those dramatic mountaintop encounters. It's not always in getting it right that the fire is stoked, nor is it in the extravagant expression that the flame intensifies, but in the perpetual yes of the heart, in our rising and our lying down again. God is a seeker, searching throughout the earth for those whose hearts are completely His. He's looking for someone to show Himself strong through. He's seeking those in spirit and in truth. I'll tell you what He's not looking for, the talented. He created all things with the Word. Our talent doesn't move Him. He's not looking for the beautiful. He imagined the sunset over the Pacific Ocean and the fall leaves in the Smoky Mountains. Our beauty doesn't impress Him. He's not looking for the wealthy. He owns the cattle of 1,000 hills and has gates of pearl and pavement of gold. He's not looking for the next great worship leader. He evicted his from heaven. He's not looking for the next great preacher. His Son is the Word. He's looking for the keepers of the flame, the ones with a constant, persistent, incessant, unrelenting, imperishable, never ends yes. And that's who we'll be. We will answer the call. Yes, on a random Tuesday in November. Yes, in the middle of math class. Yes, on the field and on the court. Yes, at age 15, 30, or 60. Yes, when it's easy. Yes, when it hurts. Yes, when others are watching. Yes, when no one sees. Yes, when the crowds are cheering. And yes, in the silence. Yes, when it's popular. Yes, when it's not. And when we find ourselves breathing our last. Exhaling one more time before giving up the ghost. However broken and weak, that final breath will be roaring the yes of all the yeses we've said through the whole of our lives, having kept the flame burning, never letting it go out. Your yes, my yes, our yes. All fires joining together as one tribe, one family, many flames. Not the burned, but the never-ending burn.